What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. In the last few episodes, we've been getting wins, man. Let's go with the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow as well. I want to give this formation a test out. I haven't used it for a fair while, but we've been getting some good... Oh, what a start. What's really sad is that he goes into the cam roll, but what a start. Absolutely sensational. Guys, if you're enjoying Draft to Glory, you want to see more, you want to see it daily, drop a thumbs up. Let's try and smash 5,000 likes for today. This is going to be a big draft. I can feel it. We're going to get lots of... There's a new Team of the Week out, and so I'm going to try and take as many of those as possible. Try out some of those new players. Maybe that Poulsen card if he pops. We'll take that Gamero card. 4-star weak foot. Not terrible stats. Ooh. 94 man of the match. Luis Suarez. Phenomenal card. Love this card. He's got a lot of good things going on. His team of the season, probably going to be 98 or 99 rated. And going to be absolutely phenomenal. We will take Witsel here. A, he has a shadow card. B, he links to Cruyff, so that's at least something. And C, he's got a decent card. Not ideal, probably better as a box-to-box mid instead of a CDM, which is obviously not where we're going to play him anyway. And then in the CDM, now I could take Casemiro here and go for that La Liga theme. Or I could take Fabinho, who's just a better card. The same defending, way more passing, way more dribbling, way more pace, way more shooting, and only slightly less physical than Casemiro. 6'2", 2-star, 3-star versus Casemiro's 6'1", 3-star, 2-star. Fabinho's just a far better player. He is just a far better player, and it will be easy to link him, whether we go down the Brazilian route, whether we use icons like middle to link him as well. What a draft. I mean... We've had a few like bum picks, but they've turned out to be good picks with Gamero and Witsel. Not ideal, not amazing, not out of this world, but not bad. Give me that Team of the Year Marcelo. He pops every draft now. Every single draft he pops up, which is just great. If we swap those around, that'll give us a nice big chem boost there. And now all we can ask for is Maldini, really. Maldini would just be ideal here. Bobby Moore is just as good. I mean, Van Dijk wouldn't be horrendous. Obviously, taking the icon is primary number one. And that's our third icon. 2 man of the matches, 1 team of the season. And then our second centre-back, our third defender. I'm going to take Marcano here. Spanish, so relatively easy to link if we are lumbered with him. And secondarily, he has the Shadow Chem style, which would be nice to put onto Moore. And then in at right back, ooh, we've got some really good options here. Option number 1, we take yet another Champions League card and go into the right back role with Aurier. Option number 2, we take this Hector Bellerin because as a Spanish player, he links to a lot of players that we've got going on here. This is a good theme for us here. We'd also take the Pavard, which would be good, but I don't think Witsel is going to be in my team come the end of this draft. Aurier is brilliant. High, great in-game stats. Pavard, medium, 6'1". Really good in-game stats on him as well. And then Hector Bellerin, we all know, good dribbling, great pace, relatively decent passing, really good defending stats other than head and accuracy and 90 stamina. I'm going to go with Hector Bellerin on this one. I think he'll just be better for us long term. Gives us a good option to link into the Premier League. Oh my God. Do we take our 4th icon? We do. I know they're not primers, all of them. Hullet and Lehmann are not primers, but... we're 91 rated with 91 chemistry and an absolutely mammoth team, barring a couple of picks. Here's our silvers. So we'll take the Shadow Chem style there, which would be really good for either more. I think Anchor on Marcelo is ideal. I wouldn't mind putting a Shadow on Fabinho. We've got the Shadow that we've got on Witsel that we can throw on to Bobby Moore. And then Bellerin, I don't want to put a Shadow on. In fact, I think Backbone is probably the best thing for him. So I don't need any other shadows in the team anymore. And hopefully we'll just get some good players. And PK, I do need a shadow for PK now, which will take off of Marcano. We had PK in a previous draft and he was absolutely brilliant. And that is just, in general, an absolutely fantastic draft. Another big pick coming up here. Sergio Busquets goes in there. And then like so... I think Busquets full chem, Fabinho just off chem, Suarez just off chem, everybody else on full chem. Or we could play it like that and keep PK and Fabinho. So we could basically have PK and Fabinho off chem, or we can have Suarez and Fabinho off chem. And there's no need to decide right now. It's not important at this exact current time to decide who we have off chem. We put Hullet in there. That doesn't sadly help with anything. And now we have 3 shadows, 1 PK, 2 for Moore, 3 for Fabinho. I don't think I'll use Busquets. He'll probably get subbed off for a more creative midfielder. Coutinho is brilliant. Now, how do we fit this? There you go. That's perfect. That's everybody on 10 chem. What an insane draft. Coutinho. Now, Busquets will get subbed off for Fabinho. If I can start Fabinho instead of Busquets on chem, I will. But I don't think he gets full chem there, and PK definitely doesn't. Because I wouldn't mind starting Fabinho just for the chem boost. But PK and Moore as our centre-backs. Shadows on them, brilliant. Hullet and Coutinho as our 2 centre mids is great, with Cruyff at cam and Suarez as 1 striker. So I'm looking for Fabinho as our option in instead of Busquets. I'm basically looking for 1 attacking sub instead of Gamero, and then we're set. We'll take Khalifi there for the Hunter Chem style. We are a 191 right now as well, with 2 really big players already on the reserves. We could potentially hit a really high draft here. Our goalkeeper is going to be useless. Do we have a basic chem style? We do, with Kiko Casilla. So we'll take him and throw the chem style onto Lehmann there. The next defender, DeMarcos. He's not as good as Bellerin, but do I take another Hunter chem style? Do I need a Hunter? Hunter on Gamero, Hunter on Suarez would be good. And I do need it. So we will take me for that Hunter chem style. Next pick. It's not the new Andy Robertson, which is a shame, because we could have used him and put Fabinho in at left centre mid. Maybe thrown Marcelo at right back and gone through that route. I will take Digne. I won't take Digne. I will take Andy Robertson just because we can. And we're leading in now to the final picks. And we're not really getting what we need. I need 1 good attacking option. A really good attacking option would be nice. Pulisic or Costa, both are good. Pulisic a little low on composure. Okay stats outside of that. 4-star, 4-star, 5-10. Douglas Costa, probably a better player all round. Definitely a better player all round, but only has a 3-star weak foot. Hamsik we could put into the midfield. Coutinho up at cam, Cruyff up at striker, and run like that. And I think I'd prefer that, because this is a really well-rounded centre mid. 5-star weak foot, good stats all around, good passing. I think we'll take Hamsik there. As our next option. And then our final pick before the final pick. There you go. Doesn't matter now. Team of the year Neymar coming on into that striker role 100 million%. That is where we're at. Guys, I'm going to rearrange the chemistry styles. I will be right back. All right, relatively easy on this one. Just a few switches around. We'll pick our last pick here. We'll see what we get. Kluivert's a good option. Lozano is a very good option, actually. Probably better than Kluivert. I never really take Lozano. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lozano over Kluivert as a good super sub. So we've got a couple of really good subs here. Let's put our team back together. I'm very happy with this squad. Like, honestly, in before first round exit, because I'm really happy with what we have here. And usually when I get a squad where I'm like, oh, this is an amazing team, I don't win the draft. And when I get a squad where I'm like, oh, this is, I suppose, is okay, I end up going and winning the draft. I don't want to start Fabinho. I could start Fabinho. It would mean that PK doesn't get the full chem. So the way this is going to work is we're going to start with this team here. Neymar is going to come on if I need, when I need, or at halftime for Gamero. Lozano will be just a late sub if I need him. And I'm very tempted to bring on Hamsik. I don't know. That was if we were going to put Cruyff up front. So I will probably bring on Fabinho at one stage or another for Busquets if his pace is killing me, because it's very slow in the centre there. Busquets not super fast, PK not super fast, and Moore in the grand scheme of things with the attackers we're going to be coming up against, not super fast. So I might need to bring on potentially even Robertson and Fabinho. Maybe Fabinho into that centre-back role, maybe Robertson into that CDM role, or the other way around, and then Neymar as our sub for Gamero. But other than that, this is a really exciting team. Some players I've not used often. We're going to get full chem on everybody if we can get a La Liga Dutch manager. Who would that be? Is Koku in there? We don't get a Dutch manager. We do get a La Liga manager. So we'll take the Spaniard there. We get a 190, 2 more Team of the Years. The new position change, Felipe Coutinho, who I haven't used yet, so I'm excited to use him. We've got the middle Hullet, prime moments Cruyff, who is an absolute revelation. That Luis Suarez is also an utter machine. This is a really, really good squad. I'm very happy with the team that we got here. Guys, that is the draft. Let's get into the action. All right, guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against got a pretty good 4-3-3 team. Not an amazing team, though. The midfield is a bit weak. The fullbacks are a bit weak. Me in there at centre-back is very weak. And Petr Cech is not ideal, but his attack is delightful. So that's always something to be considered. This first game was relatively good for me. One player that I was really impressed with during this draft, as you'll probably tell by the title, was Johan Cruyff. Typically, I've not been like uber impressed with him. When I've had the opportunity, I will take like a Team of the Year Neymar over him. I will take a Eusebio over him, definitely. And when I talked about previously meta icons that are game changers for the prime moments, I talked about Ruud Gullit, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Paolo Maldini, Patrick Vieira, and Eusebio. And I always left Cruyff off the list because for me, he just never really did it. He was never a true game changer for me. And people used to ask me, why do you leave him off the list? And I never really had an answer. You know, he's 5-star. He's got high-low work rates. He's 5'11". He's got absolutely insane dribbling stats. He's very fast. His shooting is exemplary other than his shot power, which is still extremely good. His passing is absolutely immaculate. And so I look at, okay, what's the problem here? And I think, okay, it has to be his physicals. You know, he can't jump or he has low jumping, which for this current meta is definitely something to be considered. He's only got 84 stamina, which can be an issue depending on where you play him. If you play him at cam or at striker, because of the high-low work rates, 84 stamina is not really going to give you too many problems. If you play on drop back, or if you play Cruyff in the midfield or on the wing, you're going to really notice that 84 stamina. And there were a few times in even this draft here where he was like dead. I even subbed him off on one of the games because he was just absolutely shattered. His strength and aggression combination is pretty good, 72 and 74. And so I could never really put my finger on what I felt made Eusebio better. And when I look at Eusebio's card, more pace, 5-star, 4-star only, high medium work rates, not quite as tall, much better shooting and very good dribbling. He has way better jumping and heading, way better stamina at 95, and then also a very similar jumping and heading scenario. So I think Eusebio is marginally better in some areas and marginally worse in some areas, and the only true difference comes from stamina, jumping and heading. And I thought to myself, is that really enough to warrant one player being so much better than the other? And that was like the only thing that I had that gave me a reason to suggest that Eusebio was better than Cruyff. However, playing in the draft today, in this draft here, I saw a different side to Johan Cruyff. I don't know if it was because of the formation, the way I was playing or what, but he was just on it this time around. As you heard there from the commentary, that was a hat-trick for Johan Cruyff in the second game. He got an assist, maybe 2 assists, or an assist and a goal in the first game. I can't remember who scored the 4th goal. But he got a hat-trick from Cam in the 4-1-2-1-2 here. And just in general, he was absolutely instrumental in this draft victory. He was so good for me that it made me reconsider how I consider him in terms of being, when I say a meta icon, obviously he's amazing, right? But I'm talking about the game changers, the kind of cards that you see in every pro player's team. And you generally don't see Cruyff in pro players' teams. You see a lot of Gullit, you see a lot of Vieira, you see a lot of Team of the Year Ronaldo and Team of the Year Neymars. You don't typically see Johan Cruyff. And so after today, though, it made me feel like actually maybe he is there. And even though he didn't score this goal here, it was created a lot by him. Hamsik there getting in behind to put us 1-0 up against our opponent here. Really strong opponent too. Really tough draft. A lot of opponents were pretty good. We end up getting a second goal here. Hamsik picks up the ball, and look at that again from that finish from Cruyff, man. Wasn't even timed. It was only 2 bars of power, and he rifles that one home to make it 2-0. 2-0 soon became 3. Again, Johan Cruyff, the El Tornado, into Suarez. Suarez scoring, I think, his first goal, actually. I don't think I scored too many goals with Suarez through the whole draft. 4 eventually became 5. Neymar off the post into Bobby Moore. Lovely step over from Moore. Gets behind the opponent there. Cuts it in. And there is Johan Cruyff again. Just standing in the right place at the right time to make it 4. 4 soon became 5. Lovely little 1-2 between Suarez and Neymar. The scoop, shot and goal from Luis Suarez. Isn't it stupid that it's more viable to scoop the ball up to yourself from a one-on-one scenario with the goalkeeper and then volley it home than it is to just shoot? Maybe I still would have scored if I just shot, but I don't trust it because of how inconsistent shooting can be. Into the final, we come up against a mental squad. Prime Best, Prime Zanetti, Prime Eusebio, Prime Jens Lehmann. His back line is really bad, and I looked at this team and I thought, ooh, I can really capitalise on this. But he made 2 defensive subs immediately. So I also made my subs as well. Once again, Johan Cruyff just showing up for me, man. He gets that first goal. Now, let me tell you guys, this opponent, he was very, very good. I would be surprised if he's not at least a Gold 1 player, potentially an Elite 3 or better level player in Foot Champs, because he was that good. Like, possession and passing. One of the things that you can really tell between a good player and a great player, or a bad player or an average player and a good player, is their passing accuracy. And this guy's passing accuracy was like 90 or 91%, and that's just really unusual. You know, people don't have that kind of level of passing accuracy if they're not very good at the game and make good decisions. He scores a great goal to tie up at 2-2. And I didn't know which way this game was going to go. I had a little bit better at the possession. I had a little bit better at the chances, but I was by no means controlling the game. Eventually, we got the third goal. Coutinho here with a couple of El Tornados. La Croquetas into Lozano, who I bought on instead of Johan Cruyff. This was the one game where I had to sub him out because he was just dead. We eventually get in behind with Coutinho to make it 4-2. And that was the final score to win us a draft. But guys, that was a really tough game. And just in general, a really, really tough draft to win. But super glad that I came through and got the victory on that one. That is the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. All right, guys. So 3 drafts in a row that have been won. That final was tough. He was a very good player. One of the better players I've ever played in draft. Generally speaking, the draft was relatively easy outside of that. I took Gamero off quite early, quite quickly in every game. Love-hate relationship with Johan Cruyff, because on the one hand, he's absolutely sensational. He scored most of the goals in all of the games. I think in the semi-final, he got a hat-trick. I think in the final, he might have scored 2. Lee's got 1 and definitely some assists. I think in the first game, he scored the only goal. In the first game, the guy, like, I won't show it, but I came up against a guy. We played for like 20 minutes. I was dominating. I couldn't score, and then he just paused it and quit. I'm like, cool, brilliant. But this is what the team looked like in game. Just because I had a feeling Busquets and PK were going to start costing me, and specifically in the final when I was up against somebody who was very, very good, just wasn't enough pace. So I moved Hullet down into the CDM role and brought Fabinho on at centre back. Just gave me that little pace injection. Fabinho's not that much quicker than PK with the shadow, but quicker, more quicker to the point where it was noticeable. And this is kind of how the team looked. And it was just a brilliant team to play with. It was an all-round, well-rounded team. Very, very happy with it. 4-1 win in the first round, a 3-2 win in the second round. And I showed the stats at the end. My opponent had, his goalkeeper made 18 saves. It was one of those games where I was just like, this is going to be it, isn't it? This is going to be the guy that I lose to where I've smashed him. But no, I'm getting much, much better at winning the games that I should win. You know, I'm getting much better at winning the games against the guys that are sitting on part of the bus and stuff. And it comes just from playing the game a lot more recently. We got a massive 5-0 win in the semi-final, then a 4-2 win in the final, as I say, against a super, super good opponent. And our reward... Yay, please. Please. The only good news right now is squad fitness cards are selling for 2,000 coins towards the back end of the cycle. So if I get any squad fitness cards, I'm making a bit of bank. They're insta-selling for like 1,600 coins. There's one of them. A couple of players in there as well. The contracts won't sell, but you'll see here, 1,600 is like the insta bin. There you go, 1,400 on bid, but they'll sell for 2,000, and I'm going to list them for, nearly listed it for 1,000. I'm going to list them for 2,000 or 1,900 as it is. That won't sell, that won't sell, that won't sell, that won't sell. Jorgensen there, maybe a couple hundred coins, like 500-600 coins. We'll list him up. We'll store the other guys into the club for the time being. So we're going to make profit here, most likely because of squad fitness cards. Unless I get extremely unlucky and don't pack any squad fitness cards, that would be pretty sad. We do get a board player here as well, so that's very nice. French, right mid, Thovan, very nice. An 84 rated squad, which is fantastic. Sorry, not squad, an 84 rated player, which is fantastic. He'll go into the squad. Pato in there as well, one squad fitness card. He's currently selling for 5k. Do you know what? I'm just going to get rid. At 5k, I'd rather just take the coins. Pato will hold on to, and Dai will hold on to. The squad fitness card again, we'll get rid of, and it won't sell until the end of the hour, but I'd happily wait for that. And then the Real Madrid kit, does this one still sell? Yeah, it looks like it does. Maybe even 1,000 coins on the Real Madrid kit. So we're going to make some hefty, we're going to make some clean coins here. Maybe like 5, 10k, depending on how good this last pack is. We might make anywhere from 2 to 5k up towards 10 or 15k. Probably not going to be huge because we don't get... is that an inform? No, I thought it was an inform. Italian, striker. Oh, it's Balotelli. 2 Marseille players. Don't really care for the 83s. They don't have much value anymore. They've gone back down. Only one more squad fitness card. That's really sad. But we'll take it. The cam to centre mid, is that still a couple of k? Yeah, 2.7 or so for that card. That's not bad. So we made some nice coins off of this draft. Nothing outrageous, but I can't complain. I'm happy. We've got some profit, and that's better than other drafts where we've got absolutely nothing for our troubles. That, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.